Let's
All
see.
right, so yes, so the topic of the day is your mindset is the foundation for your greater. So why did we choose that? Because both of us are very high in mindset, and both of us knew what it's like to have a defeatist mindset, and we also know what it's like to have a conqueror's mindset. And we know that just by changing our mindset and what we thought about what we were doing in our lives changed the trajectory of where we were going. Because before in my old life, I could have went all kinds of astray.
Yeah.
But because I had a family who was focused on me being great in spite of my circumstances, that put into my mindset that I was built for greater.
Yeah.
And with all the different things that happen in life, even if you're on your trajectory towards the greater, people still try to take you off your path. Obstacles show up, different thing life happens, and you are still pushed to and fro. And that way, but if you don't have that positive mindset, that mindset of focus, that mindset of total, I'm going to do this no matter what, total domination, as they say, then you could be blown any kind of way like the wind. But guess what? We know, Vanessa and myself, we know what it's like to be thrown every which way. We know what it's like to have obstacles. We know what it's like when life tries to kick us and throw us any kind of way. And we also know how to stand fast and on our beliefs and on our values and make it to where we're trying to go. So, Vanessa, why don't you tell them your story about mindset?
Wow, mindset. It's crazy how sometimes it takes, like Dr. Finch said, that it takes something to really happen in order for you to like have a shifting moment, an aha moment, a moment where you realize that something ain't right, but something need to change. And sometimes you may not know, but at the same time, you're willing to learn. And that was me. I was willing to learn that I had to do something different. I didn't know what, but I know I knew that I had to do something different, because what I'm doing right now is not working. What I'm doing right now is leaving me in a place of stuck. What I'm doing right now is leaving me in a place of broke. What I'm doing right now is keeping me miserable. You know what I mean? It's like a repeated cycle. And I didn't want to be part of that cycle. I'm sorry.
Agree.
You get tired of living in a place where you are just mad at the world and it's not intentional, but you know that something gotta give. And it took for me to be able to lose the job, lose damn near everything, lose myself, lose the situation, and let go of the old, so I can be able to embrace what is meant for me to have and what I'm supposed to do. So yes, it will take for something to happen, but this is what I've learned: that broke mindset, it matches your bank account. Broke mindset matches your attitude. Broke mindset matches the people that you surround yourself with. So I had to be honest with that. I really did. I had to be honest with my situation and what I no longer wanted. I no longer wanted to be attached to that. And so I was willing and I was open, and I had to surrender all of it, not part of it, but all of it, so I could be able to not have that mindset that kept me in a situation that I was in for what, 30 something years. I've been living on my own for over 20 something years. You see what I'm saying? So if I did not open my mind to be able to say, I want better, but how can I get better? We have to remove our pride. We have to remove our ego. We have to remove that. And I did. And I'm glad I did, even though we stubborn. Ooh, we stubborn. And we are so controlled for so many years of being stuck in this bubble, as I state so many times, this bubble, this thing where we're no longer moving and growing because we're so used to it. We're used to just that. But just that, where's that getting you is the question that you have to ask yourself. And you have to be honest with it. I hope that makes sense. You just have to be honest with it. And so I love the fact that Dr. Finch and I are so unique and bold enough to be able to say, we got to get this right, because this right here went all the way wrong, but we willing to be able to get it right. And now that we have got it right, we willing to be able to help other people to get their mind right. And so what you think about that, Dr. Finch?
Oh, I think a whole lot about that, right? You know, and it's not just, you know, but sometimes, okay, we're saying about the broke mindset Vanessa was speaking on, but sometimes it's actually deeper than that. Mm-hmm. It's deeper than that. My personal mindset factor was trust issues. Mm-hmm. I was so used to being the person who was the Fixit, that was the hammer, that when I needed help and I needed, you know, assistance, it was hard for me to ask for that. So I would just struggle through things and not ask for the assistance when I could have went and got a coach, when I could have went and asked for the assistance and been much better off. And so, and then also with the trust issue thing, and I know a lot of us entrepreneurs have it, you know, y'all can say y'all don't if you want to, whatever, whatnot. But this is real talk. You know, when you are the person that has always been the one that everybody comes to, it's hard for you to put your stuff out there and then expect somebody to buy. Because at the end of the day, whether you are successful or not depends on the people that are buying the product or buying the service. And if they don't come, you know, like they say, if you build it, they will come. No, they don't.
Yeah,
no,
that's not always.
Not if you don't market it correctly. Not if they don't feel the product. Not if you're doing it out of something that they don't need, because as we know about business, it's all about supply and demand. The supply and demand got to do this number here. And if they don't do this number here, then what? No supply, no demand. You got to build a demand for your supply. And so that's what stops a lot of entrepreneurs from following their dreams, because they're like, oh, they didn't buy that first offer, so I don't have, maybe I need to stop. No, what happened was you didn't build a supply for your demand. A demand for your supply, I'm sorry. You didn't build the demand for it. So when you don't have a demand for your supply, then it's going to sit there on your shelf. It's going to sit there. But see, that's where that mindset should have kicked in and said, okay, I need a demand for my supply. So what am I going to do with it? You should have went direct in the planning mode. Okay, I need to market this thing. I need to push this thing out. I need to live stream. I need to print. I need to go out and do appearances. I need to do commercials. I need to do all these things. That's what a positive mindset would have done. But the broke mindset did what? Oh, well, they didn't want it, so I guess I need to stop.
Come on. Come on.
I guess I need to stop. I guess nobody really wants this thing that I'm doing. Nobody really needs it. But guess what? If it's up here, guess how many people are out there? How many thousands of people that need it? The problem is that you didn't touch those thousands when you put it out there. So you got to go past your circle and you got to go think global. See, that's the difference between the positive mindset and the broke mindset. The broke mindset thinks local. The broke mindset thinks local. The positive mindset thinks global. They think international. They know that there's somebody out there for you. They know that that's the greatness. But see, if you're thinking small, you're going to get small results. But if you're thinking large, you're thinking global, you're going to get large results, because you're not going to stop at just one failure. Guess what? It took 199 times to make a light bulb. So why do you think it's not going to take a couple of times for you to sell that product the right way? Just saying. What do you think on that, Vanessa?
Can we go deeper?
Can we? I think
see,
we
this
shall.
is okay. Come on, let's go. So see, this is a lot of us, as we so-called say, we Christians, and we good for saying that we gonna trust in the Lord, and then we turn around and pray about that thing, and then we trying to figure it out and wait for somebody else to tell us how to do this thing here when he already gave it to you. But since you are just hard-headed, you don't want to listen to that, now you turn around and you complaining and you wonder why you in the situation that you in. See, but Christians will continue to read their Bible. They will study their Bible, but also activate their faith along the way. So you have to stop doing this thing and say, I'm going to wait on the Lord. I'm going to go ahead and pray about it. I'm going to sit back. You can sit back and pray about it all you want to, but we got to be real and real with it, right, Kina? You cannot pray about something and you turn around and go and worry about it. It just don't mix. Hey, Monica, how are you, love? You know what I mean? It just don't mix. So you got to be real with you know what I mean? You got to be so honest and real with yourself. How many times you going to keep on watching somebody motivate you? And how many times you going to have somebody dropping nuggets and you not picking nothing up? How many times you going to see puzzle pieces and you not trying to put that puzzle together to make it work for you? How many times you know you got a purpose, but you refuse to find a way to monetize off your purpose? How many times you going to allow somebody else to tell you what to do and you turn around and you miserable as heck? I'm sorry. You went back and you prayed about it. Now you're worrying about the thing that you prayed about. It makes no sense. So we're going to go ahead and be real with this thing. If you want it bad enough, you don't have excuse-itis. Period. You're right. You don't have excuse-itis. It just don't. You cannot blame it on your people, the people that's raised you. You can't blame it on a job. You owe it to you. Nobody owes you nothing. You owe it to you. So are you willing to do the work so you could be able to get that mindset in order so you could be able to do what you want to do? What you want to do. Everybody will love to do X, Y, and Z, but nobody's not willing to do the work. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Kina, come on now.
You know I'm ready. You know I'm ready.
Okay, so, maybe Friday evening, I had posted something. I think you've seen it, Kina. I had posted something, and I think over 100-something people have reached out, and it blew me away. See, when you see anything about money, you see somebody got that lifestyle that you would love to live, but you don't know the backstory of that person's life to be able to get where they are right now, to be able to work for themselves, to be able to understand the sleepless nights, to be able to understand how they was going to be able to pay that next bill and put food on the table. Don't get me started. So you could be able to say, well, I would love to work directly with Vanessa. But remember, Vanessa invested a whole lot up in this. Kina invested a whole lot up in that. So if we invested, you need to invest if you want some of this. But there's enough. There is enough. God will move mountains. Didn't we talk about this last couple? Yeah. He will move mountains, but you over here think you can move the mountain for him. You wait for him and telling him when you need to meet the deadline. What? Broke mindset. Get it together. You can't pick and choose your blessing. You just can't. If you want it or you don't. If you want it bad enough, you're going to have to go through the hard times. You're going to have to go through the sleepless nights. You're going to have to go through the stress. You're going to have to go through the struggle. You have to start from the ground up and stop skipping beats. It just don't work like that. I did a scope yesterday, and I said, if you want a millionaire mindset, stop thinking like an average person. The millionaires, trust and believe, the millionaires, they learned one thing to be able to become an expert. One. And they built off of it and kept building and kept building and kept building. You guys don't even want to build off of one. You rather for somebody to tell you how much you are worth. You are worth so much more, but you got to get your whole mind in order. Not a piece of it, but your whole mind in order. So you Christians, stop using that excuse. I'm going to pray and waiting on the Lord. We got to get it together. He said he wants us to have a life of abundance. I'm just saying. This was not easy for us to get where we at. No. But we understand this all so well. And we keep coming back to be able to pour into you guys so you guys can stop getting this information, but start picking up the information and using the information. Because you could do it. You absolutely could do it. You get with some people that want to see you win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to sit back.
It's my turn now. Okay.
Go ahead, Kina.
Let me get ready. Right?
So
let me see.
Come on, Kina.
Okay. So see, this is the thing here. I have 3 boy cousins that are like 2 years, 4 and 6 years behind me, respectfully. And I'm going to speak about the one in particular that's right behind me. Okay. Now, we are, 2 years makes a big difference. It makes a real big difference. Now, see, I was always like, if I want it, I got to go work for it. Where he was, if I want it, I'm going to get somebody to get it for me.
Right.
And I never understood that aspect of it. My mindset was, okay, I see the obstacle. I see the forest for the trees. I'm going to knock through that forest and I'm going to go get that tree. Okay?
Yeah.
That was my thought. That's that mindset. That was my mindset. Mm-hmm. His mindset is, okay, I see that forest. I see that tree. Okay, the forest is blocking it. So let me go and get grandmama or somebody to come knock this forest down for me. And then I'll go there and walk and get my tree. Now, I understand, eventually we both got to the tree, but I think you appreciate it more when you go and get to the tree yourself.
Yes, come on.
Why is it? First off, because it's your tree to get. It's nobody else's tree to get. That is the tree in this case is your dream. There's nobody else being put on this dream but you. It came to your head to manifest. It came to your head to make reality. So you need to go after your tree. Now, yes, you can recruit a team or whatever to make it happen, but you need to be the executor of the plan, meaning that you need to hire said carpenters or whatever to knock the tree down, the cutters to cut the trees down so that you can get to the tree. I get that. I got that. But the point is, you can't wait on somebody to clear the land for you and then you walk to it. No, you got to put some work in there. There are actions needed, yes, to make your dreams a reality, point blank and the period. Point blank and the period. We have to take action. We can't just sit there and wait on somebody to say, here it is. We just can't. We cannot. And the reason why we cannot is because it's not their responsibility. And there it is. See, that's the problem nowadays. We all want somebody to hand it to us all packaged. Then you want somebody else to do the work for you and then just hand you the nice little package all ready to go. But see, guess what? When they hand you the package, just like a child with a brand new toy, if that child works and goes and sells lemonade to make the money to buy that toy, they're going to take better care of it than if they get that toy on Christmas Day and somebody hands it to them. Same thing. Because guess what? They're going to learn the value of the struggle. Okay? That's where the reward comes from. When you learn the value of the struggle. And when you realize that your mindset knows that you need a struggle in order to make the connection of the value of the situation. See, that's the problem. There's no connection to the struggle. And that's where the mindset comes in. If you have that go-get-it mindset, you're going to go through all kinds of hot water in order to get to where you got to go. But if somebody just packages up to you in a nice, pretty little bow, you're not going to go and get it. You're not going to understand it. And 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to lose it. But if you put some skin in the game and you work hard for that thing and you put your stamp on that thing and it is an original and not somebody else's copy, then you are going to be able to sit up there and you're going to make that thing grow no matter what. Okay? Because that is the connection of the mindset. When the mindset hits the struggle, and then the struggle hits the reward, that's when you know you've hit pay dirt. See, that is the point of the mindset being the foundation. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, okay? Let's say that's your foundation. And as you're going through the ranks, life hits, struggle hits, foundation hits, all these different things hit. But guess what? You're still going up. Why? Because nothing is going to break you, because you know you can do all things. Okay, you started this foundation with the fact that you know you can do all things. So you're just going to keep going through no matter what, because you know you can do all things. But if you're sitting up there saying, I'm not worthy, they don't like me, they'll never want me, then that's how far you think you're going to get? How far you think you're going to get? But when you start the struggle, when you start the dream, when you start the process with I can do all things, then guess what? You'll be sitting there on the lap of luxury in your victory, sitting up there reaping your reward, because what? You have went through the struggle, because your mindset was on point, and then you have made the victory in spite of all that has come through to you. Do you get that?
Come on.
Come on through, Vanessa. Come on through.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I want to switch something up. I want to ask you a question.
Oh, okay, ask me a question, honey.
What's that one tip that you will give people to be able to start working on their mindset? What's that one tip?
I would start with know yourself and know your worth. Because that's the difference between a positive mindset and a negative mindset. The fact that you are worthy of it and that you deserve it. The moment that you realize that you deserve it, it's all going to start falling into place. It's just going to be like ding, 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 ding.
Come on. Come on.
So now, Vanessa, what is the one tip that you would give to the people?
Surrender. Surrender. And the reason why I say surrender is because we too busy overthinking stuff. It's mind over, right? And so we want to be able to get this thing right, but then we the first ones to talk ourselves out of it. Surrender. Exactly. Just completely surrender and watch this thing work. I didn't say it was going to be easy, because you have to reprogram your mind that's been in this same structure for so long. So now that you have to reprogram your mind, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some frustration. It's going to take that you just mad at the world. Because remember, just like a person who is an addict, you are addict to dysfunction. You have to remove and divorce that thing from your mindset. You have to. But if you surrender, I mean, just completely surrender, said I done had enough. I may not know how I'm gonna get there, but I know that I will get there, because I'm done. I'm done doing things my way. I'm done listening to what other people have to say. I'm done, right? And when you are done, doors will open up. When I say doors open up, they're gonna just start swinging, and you gotta make a decision. Are you going to let that door keep on swinging, or are you going to go ahead and walk through that door to your victory? And now when you walk through that door to your victory, get ready to get on this track, because that track is not going to be easy. It's going to be stumbling rocks. It's going to be something where you're going to sit there and trip. It's going to be like you're not getting fast enough to that baton. You feel like that you are going to lose that race. But if you keep on going, I mean, just keep on going, you're going to be sweating. Your body gonna ache, your leg gonna want to give out on you, but if you just keep on going, you're gonna get to that victory lap. And when you get to that victory lap, those people that's supposed to be there, they're gonna be there running right along with you through that struggle when you wanted to give up. Those people that was pushing you and praying for you and passing you water and praying for you to finish this race. Come on now, surrender.
Well, I have to take that. I have to take that right there. You said those people that are going to be there for you will be there for you. Now, see, that is one of the things about the mindset. We will find people that we want to emulate. We want them to be just like, we want to be just like, we want to be in their circles because they got a lot of influence and this, that, and the other. Remember, there are two different types of people. They're the seasonal and there's the lifetime.
Come on.
Please stop making seasonal people and giving them lifetime expectations. Please stop it. Please stop it. Why? Because all you're going to do is get your feelings hurt. Understand that there are some people that's there just to sharpen your iron, and then they move on. Don't get hurt because they're not there. See, and I'm saying this from experience because as I am an introvert, and introverts are very loyal because it takes so much time for us to build that relationship and to build that trust. And so when somebody leaves us, we get we notice because the circle is already small, so we notice. But guess what? That's what happened when we notice, because we connected, we attached. But guess what? They were a seasonal person that we were given lifetime expectations to. And the moment that we realized that they were seasonal and they were just there for a lesson or a blessing, then we'll be okay to let them go and do what they need to do. And then guess what? Those lifetime people or the seasonal people that's supposed to be there at the end will be there at the end of the race while you're reaping your reward. Why? Because you have went through the channels, you have had your seasonal people, and you've had your lifetime people. But at the end of the day, you're not hurt or pressed because you know where the people in your life fall. And you are not going to get yourself hurt or any type of situation because you know the difference between a seasonal and a lifetime individual. Okay? And so this is the deal. This is the deal with that. That's part of the mindset. Sometimes when we're sitting there in a I'm not worthy mindset, we'll latch on to a whole bunch of seasonal people that don't understand us, that are not worthy of our love and our affection and our issue, and our power that we're giving to them. And then they'll be like, then when they rip away, you're like, oh my God, must be something wrong with me. No, it was nothing wrong with you. See, that's the problem. That was a mindset issue. You're thinking that if you latch on to these special people, these fantastic people, these people of influence, then that's going to rub off on you. Not necessarily. That's their life for them. That is a teaching moment for you. That's a lesson moment for you. That has nothing to do with rubbing off on you. If you know how to leverage it and make it shine, all well and good. But at the end of the day, when the situation is over, let the situation go and don't take that upon yourself that is anything wrong with you. That was a seasonal moment. That was a reason and a blessing in it. Accept the reason, accept the blessing, and then move on to your next seasonal and your lifetime people. So that is what, I don't know where that came from. Somebody needed to hear that today, but I needed to say that. But at the end of the day, we are getting ready to pop out just as fast as we popped in, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm Dr. Aikyna Finch. I do education, motivation, and social media. I am the owner of Finch and Associates and the co-owner of Change Your Minds Online, where we bring you positivity, motivation, and always tailored to you. And this is
Vanessa Canteberry, and I am the founder of Inspired by Vanessa, as well as the co-founder of Change Your Minds Online. And I also break down that W-2 mindset in life and in business. So not only can you embrace your purpose, but own your purpose. So with that being said, as we popped in, it's time to pop out.
So until next time, bye.
Bye-bye.